So we finished last time, church, with God taking us into the unknown. But with, as I said just now, the divine presence of God going before us. Now, Israel are about to do something that has never been done before. So the officers, Doug, as I said just now, tells the people, follow the Ark of the Covenant. In other words, when you see the presence of God, follow it. It reminds me of Exodus 33, where God told Moses, Moses, my presence will go with you, and I will give you rest. And Moses said to God, in the most arrogant of tones, well, if your presence is not going, neither am I. He says, if your presence does not carry us from here, Moses, whatever his last name was, ain't going. Because he said to God, how shall we know I have found favor in your sight? Get this. How do we know we would have found favor in your sight and I your people unless you go with us? He said, in this way, we shall be distinct, and I, your people, from every set of people on the earth. Here is the powerful thing about the presence of God, church. Moses is here saying that the thing that identifies us, Bishop, is not the fact that we attend a particular church or live in a particular area. We become distinct and identifiable when we carry the presence of God with us. In other words, we look like everyone else, even though we are saved, if we don't carry the presence of God. So Moses says to God, if you ain't going, I staying home. Because the only way people are going to recognize that I'm someone special and that I have the authority that you say that I have is if your presence is driving me and taking me where I have to go. And there's a powerful thing, church, about the presence of God. The presence of God transmits messages to the enemy that these people are not only distinct, but these people are not to be messed with. There are people who mess with us, Bishop, because we don't have the presence of God. So there are people picking on us because they believe that we are just anybody else. What they do not know, and if you knew it, you would tap into it, that in you lies the Spirit of God, in you lies the presence of God. And when they mess with you, they are messing with God himself. When the presence of God goes before us, Moses was in essence telling us that his presence makes contact with the situation before you get there. When the presence of God goes ahead of you, when you allow yourself to be led by the Spirit of God, before you get where you are going, the Spirit has already made contact with your situation. Watch this. The Spirit of God, the presence of God goes ahead and makes preparations for when you get there, so that by the time you reach the situation to deal with it, all the Spirit of God is doing is bringing you up to speed, because he's now saying to you, you've now got here. Well, I've been here working on your behalf long ago. join the party.
Stay tuned for another episode of Daily Truths for Living with Bishop Dr. Mark S. Harewood. God bless you.